Hello, it's Melanie here. I am going to be testing today the Tefal Power Mix Silent hand mixer. It is apparently the most silent yet the most powerful hand mixer so far by Tefal. It is a 600 watt. It has two accessories, the whisk and the dough hooks. And it has a nice sturdy handle, which is here, and they mention it having a grip, so you should be able to hold that without slipping it out of your hands. It has variable speeds, and that includes a turbo, and the accessories are washable in the dishwasher. I am going to be comparing that against my old model, and this is the Bosch. It's just a box standard Bosch, no frills. It also has the whisk and the dough hooks. I have owned this Bosch for about 10 months and unfortunately it didn't withstand making bread dough. It seemed to knock it off balance when I was mixing it. So it's now a lot noisier than it was before. But I'm going to be comparing it against the new one so that you can see the difference in the sounds. So it's going to start first by opening it up. This also has a 10-year repairable parts guarantee on it, which is not too bad. I think there was just 2 years on the Bosch. I'm not quite sure on that one. As you can see, it's the Type Series HM06. So you should be able to find that on Amazon, which is where I got this from. So I'll start by opening this up. I haven't got much room for my camera today, so you have to bear with me. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. So you open the box and the first thing you see is the power cord. I have been told that the power cord is short. However, I don't know about that, and I will compare that against the Bosch, the power cord on my Bosch. So let's just get this twisty tie off here. Open my Bosch. Yeah, I would say there is about a 20 centimetre cord difference there. Like I said, I haven't got much room to play with, so I'm going to do the best I can here with what space I've got. So there's the Bosch cord, and this comes about 20 centimetres short of the Bosch, which is a bit of a disappointment because I do need that length. So in here we have the accessories. So we've got the whisk hook. Just stand this back up so that we've got the background to hold it against. So there's your whisk hook. And this has got your metal fittings at the bottom. And I can tell you on Bosch, the Bosch is different because the Bosch has got plastic sockets there that fit the hooks together. So that's a big difference already. Whether that makes the stability of the whisks a bit less or a bit more, I do not know. But only time will tell that one, I guess. Now, normally on the Bosch, or as many other models you will see, with the whisks, you have a drive and you have the secondary attachment. That tells you which side one goes. So, on this one, they have included that. And as you can see, they've got your metal ring around that one, and on that one you don't. So again, with the dough hooks, we have the usual spiral dough hooks, and again the fixings at the bottom, there's no plastic around it. In a sense, I suppose that might be a good thing because of cleanliness, and I know that plastic does tend to deteriorate over time and fracture, which can have a big effect on the stability of the tools. So, here we have our paperwork. This is like a big massive sheet of paper. Could have wrapped my presents in that. Wowzers. No, that is ridiculous. If I just pan backwards, there you go. Wow, I could have a shower and then dry myself off in it. Okay. So, we don't need that, we'll chuck that aside. We have an international guarantee, which is usual with these products. And then we have our booklet, which again shows all of the attachments that you can get to go with this tool. You have a stand mix, and you can get the blending tool for this also, and the cup, so that's not bad. I wouldn't mind seeing how I can get hold of that, because that would be pretty useful for me. And again, that's a thick booklet of different languages. Now, let's get the tool out itself. So there we have it. It feels quite comfortable in the hand. And I like this shiny front that they've got on there. And the buttons here. Let's get the focus in, I'm sorry. Working with the most basic tools here in the basic space. So it's not the best. Ah, look at the back. That's a bit different. And we found our little slot for our mixer, for our blender fluid tool. That's pretty neat. And I suppose that would reduce all the noise by closing it into this section right here. So let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. My pins are a little bit bent. I just have to stretch them apart a bit so that I can fit it into the socket. Okay. A bit of a squeak there. That's not bad. So the top speed there is actually the same speed as the turbo. Okay, so I'm going to pull my Bosch out so I can let you hear what my Bosch sounds like. So this is my old Bosch. Again, you can see it's got very secure casings there for your whisks and your dough hooks. So I don't really understand how the balancing came off that, because it looks very stable. Whereas the Tefal's got like born holes in it, and it doesn't look like there's much stability in that. Who knows? Maybe it does work out better. Let's test the sound anyway. You ready? Yeah, it wasn't too loud, but you can certainly tell the difference between the two. If you notice on the Bosch, the turbo speed is actually a lot faster than the highest setting that you can get. Actually, I'm not so sure. Could be about the same. So we have also here on the Bosch a setting area where you can put your blender. Alright, I'm going to put the tools in now. Fix them in place. Because I know that the machine can get louder once the tools are in place, and once you're using it with the bowl, it's a big difference then. All right. Oh, sorry. And I show you now with my Bosch. There's something rattles inside of the Bosch, by the way. Okay. As you can see, there's quite a lot of movement in the whisks. Hence why I needed to replace it. But I have to agree that the sound-wise, this new Tefal is so much quieter. Not bad, I reckon. I'm quite happy with that. And now we'll upload more videos as I put it in use. Thank you for bearing with me on this so novice video. I don't do this very often, as you can tell. But I hope you found my little review helpful in some way. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bester Mixer.